Hey, you tap into the new Spidey series yet? Well, if you haven't, because you're poor like me and can't afford Disney Plus, I get it. But there's always another way.
Sorry, what was that?
What, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying, it's worth the pay and there's no other way.
Oh. Okay. Excuse me. Carry on then.
All right, thanks.
Damn, bro.
On the other hand, if you haven't checked it out due to the negative feedback and senseless hate from a bunch of unhappy heralds and crabby Karens on social media, on behalf of all the happy and open-minded individuals in this community, take my word for it. Don't listen to anyone.
Except for me, of course. 'Cause
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man is peak! No Spidey show has had me this invested since my Holy Spectacular, which, as you guys know, is saying a lot. I will go down glazing that show and mourning the fact that it never got a third season until I leave Earth. But luckily for now,
this will suffice.
sure, I had my doubts about it, but I gave it a chance. Why? Because we are the real Spideys. And with all 100,000 of us united, we have a lot of power.
And with great power
comes great respect.
Yeah, this right here is the moment I realized this show is different. But the scene we run in today is what truly made me decide to lock in. Like the video now if you're a real one and already know this is going to be a certified Spidey slap. Let's go. How your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man was brutally squashed by a scorpion. Where do we begin? Oh, for starters, spoiler warning for all the stupid idiots that need one. Sorry, that was aggressive and out of character. This is my boy Lonnie Lincoln. Yeah, you heard me. This is the guy who will unfortunately one day become my fragile op tombstone. And I'm not gonna lie, this one's gonna sting. He's a super chill guy. Despite him being one of the most popular dudes in school, he gets the geeks and losers like me involved and treats us as equals. It's a real shame that his fate is already sealed. One day, I'm really gonna have to put bro under his own name. This foresight is a curse. I understand it now. I'm sorry I ever judged you, Aaron.
If you want to die, then just keep talking!
Lonnie quit playing football to join a gang called the 110th and instead start playing blicky ball, but his reason for doing so was to protect his younger brother. He's not a bad guy, just has bad luck like Sandman said in Spider-Man 3. His girlfriend Pearl showed up to the 110th hideout to convince him to come home and leave all this behind him. But the leader back there staring into his soul, giving him the if you leave it'll be the last thing you do look. Like, bro, your name is Donovan. Just because you're built like Kingpin doesn't mean you're him. His nickname on the block doesn't make it much better either. He goes by Big Don, which would be anyone's first guess after one good look at him. Lonnie folds under pressure and rejects Pearl's offer just to please Big D.
Whoa, hey, yo! Who wrote this script?
You?
And now we're about to get into the peak. The ops barge in, breaking through the wall, letting it be known they are ready for war. I guess not all villains can be as considerate as Itachi was when he knocked on Naruto's door before attempting to kidnap him. I bet they were all expecting an entire army to appear out of the dust ready for an all-out squad blow. But what they got instead was an insane one-man army with a mechanical tail attempting to rush an entire gang running solos. We can already tell this guy's unhinged. Donovan grits his teeth and growls, intimidating no one. So instead of leading his troops into battle, he stands up, slams his desk, and aggressively points at the threat, telling his 110thies to light it up. They do just that, as they make a perfect wall around their bitchy boss and start unloading their clips of all shapes and sizes. They got Glocks, ARs, and it looks like this guy's the only one with a shotgun for some reason. His nickname is probably Big Scotty Shoddy knowing this group. Despite all the firepower they throw at him, they didn't even crack his shield. Bro must be bulletproof. This should look like when they try to shoot at the symbiotes in the Venom movies. Like, even though they see it's not working, they just continue shooting. We don't know why. They somehow all run out of ammo at the same time, even though they all have different size clips, and the big bad reveals his tail for the first time, and then makes an example of this guy's gun by slicing the whole front off in one clean cut. Like, this isn't one of those realistic looking cakes. This was an authentic firearm. What is this thing made of? Bro did the exact opposite of what everyone tells you to do and brought a knife to a gunfight. One sharp ass knife. Do you get it? Because it's a tail. His tail is the knife and it's attached to his ass. After he levels this guy, this poor dude is clearly fearing the same fate. So he starts shooting at him like it worked the first time they tried and gets brutally impaled. When I saw this, I was like, hold up, wait a minute. This the route we going? A Spider-Man cartoon that isn't afraid to show death and blood? I'm here for it, bruh. It's not like the kids aren't watching way worse things than this nowadays, right? I think brain rot content is more detrimental to the human mind than any cartoon death could ever be. And we see here, he has them looking like us after that. Shook. Lil Don's solution to every problem has already gone up in flames.
SpongeBob! There's a bomb strapped to my chest!
throwing hands and up in the pole ain't gonna cut it this time, Donnie boy. Lonnie's playing it smart by staying out of it and protecting my girlfriend. His girlfriend, that I definitely don't have a crush on anymore. Not that I ever liked her in that way, at all.
That's my homie for real.
Tailman then grabs Stevie Sherman. I know what you're thinking. Who is Stevie Sherman? Exactly. He's the goofball who was streaming while his friends tried jumping me earlier in the season. His boss, Donnie, definitely wasn't tuned into the stream, because there's no way he'd still be on the team after being embarrassed that badly and then letting his live get hijacked by the victim. That's crazy work. He chucks him through a table like it's a TLC WWE match and then one-taps the entire front line without lifting a finger. They're building Bro's aura up perfectly for me to make my grand entrance and go aura for aura. Like Sung Jin Woo in literally every encounter of season 2. Someone in the comments name me a bigger aura farming MC than this guy right here.
By the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yep, exactly.
Say a little, you won't say a lot. Yeah, heartbeat racing, you real alive. Any pain I go through, any suffering I endure, if it doesn't kill me, it'll make me stronger.
Mark Henry pulls out a double-barrel shotgun like he stopped watching after he ordered his goons to open fire and gets scooped up like a puppy in front of his own pack. Bro was really out here kicking his feet like a toddler throwing a temper tantrum. Like, brother, you are only making yourself look weaker. At least act like you're unfazed, Twinkle Tims. Then Lonnie comes charging in to play hero and goes for a big right hook, but gets two-pieced and kicked in the ribs. Scorps tosses Drewski away like Bertolt kicking the shit out of Aaron, and this one's gonna put him out of commission. He's not just knocked, he's finished. They can pick up his card if they want, but trust me, there's no reboot vans nearby. I checked on my way over. Lonnie gets lifted up and swings again, but Scorpion easily dodges that weak-ass punch and starts taunting him.
Let's see what happens when you try to play hero.
Mind if I give it a go instead?
That's when the greatest to ever do it slides in, stealing the spotlight from Sir Stinger and automatically one-upping his aura. One thing I didn't take into account with that dropkick was him holding Lonnie. I'm very surprised and lucky that his neck didn't snap there. I rushed to Pearl's rescue like the savior she deserves, ensuring that her and Lonnie are both safe. And then thinking he's funny, Scorpion ironically chucks a safe at us. I make a top 3 catch of all time that wasn't number 3 or 2, and Uno reversed the safe, knocking Scorpion on his tail for the second time. I then tell everyone,
How do I say this? If you guys are fond of life, run.
and Biggie Biggs has to have 2 of his minions help him flee. It is now apparent to me that he was crowned king of the court strictly for being large.
Whoa, wait, you're still getting up? Wow. Oh man, I remember my first
I
battle.
do what I do best and taunt him a little bit, while my mentor and guy in the chair in this universe, Mr. Osborne, is forced to listen to my yapping. He can't complain though. He signed up for this. I was doing just fine before he recruited me. I was doing, a new design was in the works. I just never got around to it, okay? Similar to Mr. Stark being my mentor in the MCU, this dude is loaded. And me being the poor little genius spider-powered boy I am, this collab was just what I needed to take my super career to new heights. I mean, just look at the new drip. I went from having leather armor to full diamond armor in less than a day. Although I did have to turn down a few other options first, especially when bro tried to turn me into Mothman. That was rough, but it all worked out in the end. I try having a civil conversation with him by asking him valid questions about his tail.
So, is that one of the ones that goes in your ass?
It cuts over to my dog Harry Osborne, who just finished up a little hangout sesh with my best friend Nico, who hated his guts at first for being a rich pretty boy who puts his whole life on social media, but after getting to know him, these two became pretty great friends. Harry tries calling me, not knowing I'm in the middle of one of the craziest super battles of my life. Scorpion realizes rather quickly that I'm no easy target as I dodged every single tail whip he attempted. After getting sick of missing, he says,
Aranya. English translation.
Ah, of course, which means spider in Spanish. A very creative nickname that no one has ever called me before. He accuses me of being too afraid to fight a scorpion, which obviously isn't true, so I respond with,
Defense wins championships, you know what I mean? That can't be good.
won't lie, he caught me lacking here. I did not expect him to be able to pierce through a metal beam. Now I know I cannot let this thing touch me no matter what. I may have super strength, but I am not made of steel like Superman. But I'm okay with that. It makes for more of a challenge. Who would want to be that OP? What would even be the point? It's like pretty boring to me. That's why when I fight a weaker opponent, I like to see how many jokes I can crack before I take the dub. Best case scenario, I make them laugh, they realize I'm a chill dude, we dap up or even hug it out, and they turn themselves in.
You know, talk no webs type beat.
But there are always those rare instances where I underestimate my opponent, which is exactly what happened next.
Oh my, he's fast. Gotcha.
He swung up to me with his tail
Word for word, bar for bar.
and kneed me in the eye, shattering my left eye lens and subtracting 50 shield and 100 aura. Not only can I not see as well now, but he just eliminated any knee pad jokes from the field of play. This was a devastating blow all around. I report what just happened to Mr. Osborne, and he basically just tells me to lock in.
Yes. Use your environment, Peter.
Ah, genius. With my high IQ, I never would have thought that one up.
Come on, bro. We can all tell you're not tuned in.
Which he wasn't. The whole time he's pretending to be my backup, he's actually trying to track down his old friend Otto Octavius, who he believes is supplying high-tech weapons that he stole from him to thugs all over the city.
Which would explain how this overpowered tank of a tail exists.
But as soon as he said to use my environment, Scorpion does just that. Like, is that just a coincidence or is Rose stream snipe? I look behind me and see a large wooden crate and think of a perfect play.
Let's see you cut through this. Let's go. I knew you could do it.
After I cook him using a perfectly balanced combo of my strength, gadgets, and intelligence, I weave him in a perfect web like I was an actual spider in a past life.
Mr. Stark, Mr. Osborn, did you see that? Were you watching? I totally cooked him, no sweat.
Nice job, Peter.
Man, I felt on top of the world. I saved Lonnie and Pearl, defeated my toughest enemy yet, and impressed my extremely wealthy mentor.
Maybe I'll even get a hefty bag from this. Wouldn't that be something?
Everything was perfect and dandy, so I say,
Guess I'll call it a night and head back.
Sounds good.
All right, Scorps. Hey, good fight.
as I'm ready to walk away with a big old smile under my mask, dancing like Anthony Mackie, an aggressively eerie and unsettling feeling comes over me. My smile immediately dropped. It felt almost like in No Way Home when I sensed Norman transform into the Goblin. I had a strong feeling things were about to take a very dark turn for me. And boy, was I so unfortunately correct. But before we dive into the darker half of this video, if you're not subscribed yet, just a quick question for you.
What are you doing?
I mean, if you made it this far, you must be somewhat entertained, no? Okay, so what then? Am I not worthy of your free subscription? I'm not trying to sell you a fucking ebook here, dude. I'm just an innocent Spidey tuber asking for a follow. Dare I say,
A friend.
I'm kidding, just jokes. It's really your loss. But let's continue, shall we?
I'm sorry. Did you say something?
I turn around a tad bit worried about what I was gonna see, and rightfully so, because his tail started lighting up like a glow stick, and he began to rip out of my webbing like he was about to go Super Saiyan. All I was thinking was,
Is he having an awakening, or have I been watching a little too much anime? There's no mistake. He is powering up.
I tell him to chill the hell out before he hurts himself, because it looked like Naruto transforming before he could control the Nine Tails chakra. His body was burning from the inside. He clearly couldn't handle all that power, but he said,
You think this hurts? This is nothing!
My name is Lucas. I'm a senior. And people around here say I'm the villain.
Mr. Osborn, he's kicking into a new gear. Any ideas? Mr. Osborn? Hello? Is this thing on? Any idea?
I update Mr. O on what the hell's taking place and ask him for the play call, but I get no response, so I figured he took a bathroom break
Gotta pee. What?
or was grabbing a snacky or something. You know how it is when you're on the game and one of your boys stops talking. So I said, it's cool. I've been doing this on my own for a while now. I can handle this. So you guys already know what time it was.
Webbing time! Oh, that's awkward. Yeah.
So I used up all my webs earlier when I thought I wrapped up the fight. And of course, it's not the end of the world. I'm still tough without them, but they do play a big role in my fighting style. So I realized I was at a slight disadvantage. Luckily for me though, Gear 2 Scorpion did not get an accuracy buff, because I weaved 1, 2, 3, 4 of his
Ataques de culo débil.
That means weak-ass attacks in Spanish.
and catch his tail like that one time I fought a giant lizard.
That's disgusting.
If I can't use my webs, then you can't use your stinger. It's only fair.
I try to reason with him. He makes it painfully clear that he wants to physically harm me until I am no longer moving. So it seemed the only way forward was more violence. He yanks me off the ground, giving me moderate whiplash, and starts slamming me around like a test dummy that he's trying his new powers out on. Okay, we can talk about that. I haven't been pinned this badly yet, so I'm feeling the pressure. Then I remember, oh, it's been about 5 minutes, so Mr. O should be back by now.
Mr. Osborn, you still AFK? I could really use my guy in the chair.
But it was of little to no use. He had completely moved on for me to focus on his other mission. So I started thinking,
Am I just a side quest to this guy?
because if that's the case, to hell with this.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
Norman ended up finding Ock just like he desired, and man, I sure hope it was worth it, because you're about to lose your best weapon to an unhinged scorpion, who then tried to poke through my face like he was really out for blood. He didn't want to just defeat me, he wanted to dismantle me. Usually I wouldn't be scared of getting seriously injured or anything, because I'm protected by the child-friendly label, but then I remembered someone got stingered to death shortly before my arrival, so it seems like nothing's off the table. I need to lock in or I'll be having a premature reunion. I need to lock in or I'll be having a premature reunion with Uncle Ben. Then I remembered a perfect angle I can take that might just make him back off or even retreat.
Hey, did I mention I'm a miner?
I saw his expression change and saw the light at the end of the tunnel, so I kept cooking.
Yeah, that's right. If you end me here, you can kiss your freedom goodbye.
Just as I suspected, he falls back. And man, what a relief this was. I really thought I was about to die a virgin. Gullible as ever. I don't know why I thought that would work. I guess desperation creates delusion. At this point, my brain cells are working at maximum output to find a way out of this, like when SpongeBob forgot his name. I catch the metal bean and start lifting it with all my might while simultaneously trying to think with every muscle in my mind. Wait. Why was I even trying to lift it? Why didn't I just drop it? Or never catch it at all and dodge instead? What the hell was I thinking? I wasn't. I reacted. Why, you ask? Because my mind was on something else. My attention was split and I wasn't fully present. Just like Mr. Osborn wasn't. On this sad day, we both fell victim to multitasking. And that was the cause, leading to this devastating effect.
What? You didn't know I had super strength? I could do this all day!
Just like that, I caught a nasty stinger through the chest. I know what you're thinking. Spider-Man impaled and bleeding in a cartoon? As far as they went in Spectacular Spidey, I don't even think they ever showed blood like this. This is all we wanted. Finally, something realistic with real consequences, intensity, brutality, just absolute peak. Oh boy. Hold on a minute. Too soon. Too soon. This was actually a very tragic and traumatic event for me and my loved ones. But I mean, come on. Everyone has their ways of coping, right? No? Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. That's right, I forgot I'm supposed to be perfect 24/7 just because I'm a fictional character. Stupid Spidey, what a silly fuck! Roman's Kindle starts beeping, alerting him that my suit has been heavily damaged. In an absolute pain and agony, I hear his voice asking me what just happened. So now bro wants to talk, huh?
Hey, hi, it's me, Peter. Welcome back to the stream. You didn't miss much. You're tuning in at the most intriguing segment called Peter's Final Conversation.
Getting reports that your suit has been punctured. That shouldn't be possible.
Well, yeah, it's possible. Losing hope, losing blood.
Like, just put yourself in my shoes. Imagine your mentor neglected you and left you on the brink of death. And when he returns, all he cares about is the fact that the suit he built isn't performing up to standard. Like my brother in Christ, I am leaving Earth as you speak. Shut the fuck up and help me.
Hey, sir, I can really use some $1 billion backup right now.
I was lying there basically already defeated, and I had no one to lend me a hand. You think with all the people I saved, the universe would give me a little grace? Let me ask you guys this. You think Mr. Stark would have let it come to this? Nah, no. Pretty sure the second he knew I was in deep shit, he would have flew in or sent an army of Iron Men to annihilate Scorpion. When I tell you I was overtaken with fear and anguish, I mean it. Who knows what this guy will do to me? He clearly has no empathy for other living things. I even told him I'm a teenager, and he did not hesitate to puncture my chest. He wraps his tail around my neck, and I have no strength or will left to defend myself. So then, he absolutely whoops my ass.
Here I come, Uncle Ben.
This was one of the worst beatings ever. Like, I lost so hard, bruh. I don't remember the last time I took an L this massive.
And you know what else is massive? Low taper fade. You know what's crazy is that low taper fade, meme is, dude, it is still massive.
At this point, we're already beyond baffled that they let Spidey get punished to this degree. As the audience, we're hyped that we are getting something this dark from a new Spider-Man show, but like, all right, come on. You proved your point, Mickey. You will take it then. You can stop. We understand it now. But nah. Scorpion continues to violently wallop a lifeless teenage hero for trying to do what he thinks was right, what I think was right. I couldn't fight back, defend myself, call for help. All I could do at this point was kindly and gently ask him to please stop.
Is that all you got? This isn't over. You're a bitch.
But suddenly, I realized something. There's one more phone call I need to make before I meet my end.
Oh, hey, glad you picked up, Plot Armor. It's me, one of your favorite protagonists. Yeah, I'm just wondering where the hell you've been.
Wow. Just wow. Take a good, hard look at me. Friendly reminder that you did this. We did this. This is what we wanted. We asked, and by God did we receive. Gotta ask, was it worth it? Are you entertained now? Are you finally happy? When's the last time we have seen a Spider-Man looking like this? The final battle in Spider-Man 1 is all that comes to my mind. I still have flashbacks to that day. I tried crawling away like the little spider I felt like, but he steps on my back and says,
This is one fight you won't crawl away from.
Are you sure about this?
Scorpy hears something and his attention comes off me for a second, giving me the slightest opening to taunt him one last time.
What are you waiting for? I'm sorry.
Out of nowhere, I feel a sense of hope come over me, like something's here to save me.
Or maybe it was just me transitioning to heaven, who really knows?
But it seemed like Scorpion felt it too.
Could it be? No. Plot Armor, is that really you? Yeah, we did it! What do we do? How did that happen?
Finally, Uncle Ben pulls some strings with the man upstairs and plot armor takes effect as Scorpion gets bludgeoned by a glider? I was a little confused. All I could think was, what in the goblin-less glider is taking place right now?
Is there not supposed to be a psychotic maniac dressed as a gremlin on that thing?
But it was whatever. There's a time and a place for questions, and this was not it.
I have nothing left.
I hear Mr. Osborn's voice, and I was as grateful and relieved as I could be with the level of consciousness I had remaining. And I also couldn't help but think,
A couple minutes ago wouldn't have been so bad either.
What are you gonna do?
I throw my arm up on it and stick just enough to fly away and barely, narrowly, slightly, scarcely, marginally, almost not make it out breathing and survive the most vicious encounter any version of me has experienced in years. The last thing I remember seeing before I fell asleep in the hospital that night was a bunch of doctors and Mr. Osborn. When I finally slumped to get some much needed rest, I had a very realistic nightmare and had to relive getting my ass kicked again. When I finally woke up the next day, Mr. Osborn was the first one to greet me. He apologized for not being locked in and seemed to be genuinely happy that I was alright. But he then suggested that it was my fault because I was holding back while my opponent was clearly not. He certainly knew to the morals of my character because if I used my full strength, I would have dismantled his face with one good strike. I refuse to take lives, no matter how evil and twisted the person is. In the timelines where Uncle Ben teaches me the lesson we all know that dictates the way I live, that is. But in yet another unexpected twist, Norman says this.
With great power comes great respect.
What? That's not how it goes. I could have sworn it was...
No, he's right. And yours stings a lot, Muspet. That bloodthirsty bastard will get what he has coming, I swear it.
And that, my friends, is just another aspect of this show that makes it so interesting and has me fully locked in. But I don't know why I get pushed to this point no matter how hard I try to be a saint. They always want to label me a devil.
Well, very well.
If you guys really want to see me get my get back on Sir Stingy, comment hashtag PaybackIraq below so I know who's with me. Oh, that's right. And I got a little surprise for all my Spidey subs before we go. So, you're all good to go, man. You're not subbed up, right? Right. See ya. You know what I mean? Excuse me for a moment. We good? Are we good? I think we're good. All right. So since I love the smooth look of this suit so much, I decided it was time for an upgrade.
That's right. You get what I'm getting at? I reveal to you the new and improved Iamtherealspidey sleek and smooth suit. What are we thinking?
Well, it's been a real blast. Don't die, and I'll see you real soon.
Walk a million miles so I can do my own thing. Trying different styles so I can be my own king. Tell me how to live, think I'ma do my own thing. I just broke the cannon like I'm miles and now I'm floating. Across the Spider-Verse, beyond the Spider-Verse. This is my gift, my curse. Wait, oh crap, should I start holding back? Maybe I shouldn't go too hard on this track. Might make them all mad and make them look bad. If they say this is trash, then that's alright. I don't have different tastes. It's just that most people have bad taste. It makes me do a mad face. The world's a sad state. Some may say beyond saving. Hello, join the real Spidey safe haven. Should I find? I'll snap, certified Spidey slap. Even though I pull my punches, my ops end up in a pack. I really feel like 1,000 punches. Spidey sense got my back, my back, my back. Oh, my back. No one wanna fight me, it's like they all think I'm sick. That damn spider didn't bite me, I would still be King Cliff. Back flip, 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 it's all in the wrist. You won't live a good life if you can't take a risk. Flip, flip, swinging, flipping through the sky like I'm not barely getting by. Good, there's no such thing as time. Skip, 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 get to school to almost die. Like I lost my freaking mind. Not to worry, I'll always survive. I got times I can't hide, sitting triggered on my spine. Busy spider, watch me climb to 1 million subscribers. If you don't like me, unsubscribe. Go and work on your own life. It's a chance you don't get twice. Can you make a strike from 1 million miles so I can do my own thing? Trying different styles so I can be my own king. Tell me how to live, think I'ma do my own thing. I just broke the cannon like I'm miles and now I'm floating. Floating across the Spider-Verse, beyond the Spider-Verse. This is my gift, my curse. Who am I? Loving over